yet. I was already people. Welcome all of you to this service of worship here at First Presbyterian Church in New Haven. I'm the Reverend Stacy Smith, the pastor here, welcoming all of you to worship here in the gathering hall for the last time for the summer. Next Sunday, we will be back at 10:45 a.m. in our sanctuary. So we will welcome you back a little bit later in the morning. We also, of course, welcome everyone who is worshiping with us online, and we are very glad that you are here this morning. Today, of course, as you can tell, is our congregational hymn sing, and so we are going to be singing lots of hymns from the hymnal, a few that aren't in the hymnal, some from church camp, some that people just like. And I do just want to say, if you are one of those people who does not know any of this music, or one of those people who knows far too much about this music and is not that excited about the congregational hymn sing, I just want to say, I'm sorry, please come back next week. Today we're going to be singing, and of course next week we will as well, but it'll be a little bit different. But today we are going to enjoy some wonderful music and hear a little bit from folks in our community about their favorite hymns and why they picked them. And you will also have the opportunity to make a few last-minute choices yourself. All of this is due to the fact that when I said, hey, let's do a congregational hymn sing on a Sunday when our music director isn't here, our wonderful guest musician, Seiji Nakanishi, said, okay. Seiji has been a wonderful volunteer for us putting all of this together, and so we are just very, very happy and lucky to have him with us this morning. We're very grateful. Please find the friendship pass located around your seat. Write your name, pass it down, greet those who you know or don't know, and during the passing of the peace or after the service. Also, we have our offering tree, of course, over here. For those of you who haven't used it or haven't used it in a while, this is a way that we are encouraging people to bring not just their monetary tithes when we pass the plate. We know a lot of people give tithes and offerings in different ways online these days as well. But we all bring something to worship, something that we can offer. And so you're invited to pick up a little token that represents what you bring to worship today, what offering you bring, and when we pass the plate, you can drop that in. As I said, next Sunday at 10:45, we will be back in the sanctuary for worship. We will be doing a potluck immediately following worship back in here. The deacons are putting this together for us, but the deacons need help. So you are invited to bring whatever your special dish is or whatever you pick up at the grocery store, which is what I will be doing. And you can bring those here starting about 9:30 next week as well. So 9:30, bring your dish. 10:45 worship. We'll have our potluck after that. And then after all of that, you are invited, if you would so like, to join Mike Tenney and those of us from the congregation who can make it to a tour of the Peabody Museum. This is just a fun way to have some good fellowship together after worship. There is a code in the bulletin if you would like to make a reservation to go do the tour. We are going to meet at 1:30. I think that the tour registration times are on the hour, so 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. My understanding is they're going to let us in, but it is good to go ahead and make a reservation. So if you don't see 1:30 as a reservation, just book something close to it, okay? And we look forward to welcoming you next week for our kickoff Sunday. I think we call it Rally Sunday. I call it, I'm from Texas, so any excuse to put a cowboy boot on something, I take it. So kickoff Sunday, Rally Sunday, first Sunday back after everyone's in school and back from traveling, and we'll be in our sanctuary. I do have a couple other folks who wanted, one more announcement before I pass it off to folks. Last week you saw this little blue handout, which is our mid-year report. If you haven't seen it, please take a look at it. It's just got a bunch of information about a lot of the administration, a lot of the background of the congregation and how we're putting things together. You might see something in there that piques your interest or that you have a question about. We welcome all of those. Also in your bulletin today is this yellow sheet that is from our pastor nominating committee. And this is giving an overview of everything that they've been up to for the last several months, like 7 months. And on the back, it also has an update, a more immediate update from August 2024 of where they are in the process. We continue to hold them in a great deal of prayer. This is an especially wonderful and blessed and also slightly stressful process for our pastor nominating committee. And so if any of you have any questions that we think they can answer, you're invited to meet up with Carolyn, James, who else is on the committee? Sadako, who else? Yeah, thank you. Anyone, raise your hand if you're on the pastor nominating committee. Nicole, there we go. All right, so if you have any questions or would like to share any thoughts, you can email them directly, which is probably the easiest way. But you can also ask them your questions, and they will share what they can as we near the end of this pastor nominating process. And then I have an announcement from Bruce, and then an announcement from Rachel. Oh, no, I'm going to make Rachel's announcement while Bruce comes up here. Rachel's announcement is, if anyone feels like coloring today, we have some opportunities for coloring that she could actually use some help with. If you need a Labor Day practice and some good work to do, we invite for you to go labor with coloring at some point during the worship service or just immediately after. All right, great.
There are two things that we need help with, one today, one next Sunday. Today being the last day that we worship in this space, we need to return a couple things to the other building. So if after we are through with worship, if you can put your hymnals in the cart, and if I could get 4 or 5 people to roll the cart back and then put the hymnals back into the pews in the sanctuary, that would be great. I'll oversee that. And the communion table here also needs to be moved back as well to the worship room on the side here. So those are things after church today that would be very helpful. Next Sunday, in addition to us doing kickoff or kick boot Sunday, I couldn't remember which one she liked. We are also going to celebrate Pat McCrellis's 25th anniversary as our music director. And one of the things that we're doing is we're putting together a photo frame with a picture of the church and then a write-on frame around it. So next Sunday, please come prepared to be able to at least sign, and if not, put your best wishes on that. And again, I'll be assembling that and working on that through the probably through the friendship lunch for that.
And one more note, for those of you who do stay or can stay after worship today to help us clean up, I see that there are some very yummy looking goods over there from folks, from our deacons, and from those who host our friendship hour. So we will give you a snack while you stack chairs. Anything else I've forgotten? Any other announcements? All right. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So, first, thank you for, I'm very happy to be here as a guest language pianist today. And thank you for everyone who joined as a lead vocalist today and arriving early this morning. And I have wanted to fill this space as much music as possible because this is the day. And one thing, so what I'm gonna say is please feel free to go and grab your coffee and snacks while I'm playing and enjoy the rest of the postlude. And if you'd prefer to listen the music in a quieter setting, please stay tuned for my next performance around this area. Yeah. Thank you.
There we go. All right, let's get to singing, shall we? It is good that we are here together. Let us worship God.
Please join me in the call to worship and sing and song. Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord all the earth. Sing to the Lord, bless God's name. Tell of God's salvation from day to day. Declare God's glory among the nations, God's marvelous works among all the peoples. For God is the Lord, and greatly to be praised. Let us worship God.